Number 1, you have a square table. That means a square where all sides are it says you're using 36.4 right here. Because of that, that is telling you it's the area. That's what that number is telling you. It does not mean that you square the number. Okay, so the area of this square is 36.4. It says which measurement is closest to the side length. If they give you the area of a square and they ask for the side length, all you have to do is square root the number. And I'll explain why. To get the area of a square, you do side times side. So you're asking yourself, what number times itself is this? Doesn't that mean square root? Yes, this means what number times itself is 36.4. So the square root of 36.4 is 6.03 whatever. And it says which answer is closest. So the answer was 6. Y'all need to remember that. If it gives you the area of a square, how do you find the side length? Square root it. Excuse me. Number 2. The Venn diagram shows set P a subset of real numbers. So everybody find P. Everybody found P? Where is P at? Under integer. I should have everybody paying attention. It says, based on the Venn diagram, which statement is true. All right, let's look at A. Any number in P is a whole number, but not rational. This is a whole number. Any integer is whole, yes, but it says not rational. Are integers rational? They are rational, so it's not A. Letter B. Any number in set P is rational. Okay, is set P rational? Yes, but not an integer. Well, that's not true. They are an integer, so it's not B. Letter C. Any number in P is irrational. Not at all. So it has to be D, but let's check it. Any number in P is an integer. Is it an integer? And it is not whole. That's correct, because if it was whole, it would be in the whole section. So the answer was D. You need to go over this chart tonight and make sure you understand it. You do have a question on your test tomorrow where you have to interpret it. So just make sure you're fresh with that. Number 3, are you ordering numbers? So what mode should you be in? So mode float 2. So I am going to go put these numbers and change them to decimal. So what should you have written on your paper? Those numbers. If you didn't do this, you're doing it now. All right, negative alpha y equals 1/3. Math, decimal enter, it's worth negative 33 cents. 3/5 is worth 60 cents. How do you change a percent to a decimal? Put it over 100. So 63 over 100. Math, decimal enter, 63 cents. And is this one already done for you? How much money is this? I owe 35 cents. How did it want me to order these? What is always the greatest? Negatives or positives? What is always the greatest? Positives, okay? Now, look at A. Don't do anything. Look at A. Will you ever order numbers and go negative, positive, positive, negative? No, it's always going to be the negatives together and the positives together. Look at B. Are negatives ever greater than positives? Look, y'all, I'm not even having to do any math. Watch this. Will it ever go positive, negative, positive, negative? No. Did I even really do anything? No, but let's see if it's true. Is 63 cents the biggest thing up here? Yes. Is 60 cents next? Yes. Yes. And then let's talk about our negatives. The more money I owe, the less I have. I owe more money here, so this is worth the least, this one. So that one should have come next. All right, moving on. As soon as I see a question like this and I don't know those numbers, what's the first thing I need to do? Turn them into decimals. So I go to my calculator. Is this a fraction? So I do alpha y equals the square root of 16 on top, 4 on bottom. How much money is that worth? $1. You should have written $1 on your paper, to the left. Pi square root 3. $5.44. You should have written that on your paper. Now we're going to read the question. It says, which value is not located between? So we're looking for a number that's going to be to the left or to the right, that is not in between. Did y'all read the question correctly? So what are we going to change these numbers to? Decimals. So the square root of 16 is $4. Would $4 fall between here? Yes, it would. It's between $1 and $5, so that's not my answer because I'm looking for the one that doesn't fall in the middle. 23/5. Everybody should be looking up at the board with me. Is $4.60. Would $4.60 be more than $1? Yes. Would it be less than $5? Yes. So would it fall in the middle? Yes. But I'm looking for the one that does not fall in the middle. 2 pi is $6.28. Is $6.28 greater than $1? It is. Is it smaller than $5? So would this one fall in this? No, it would fall somewhere over here. So the answer was C. All right, number 5. 4 students are trying to sell cakes for fundraisers. Oh, do I even need to read all this right now? No. What's the first thing I'm going to do? So what should you have written on your paper? These numbers. If you have not done that, do that right now. Write these numbers on your paper. Now, look at point 3. Does that have enough numbers to look like money? No, it doesn't. So I put it in my calculator in mode float 2, and it's going to tell me it is worth 30 cents. I absolutely want you to make it look like money. Percent, alpha y equals 53 over 100. Math decimal enter, that's 53 cents. 4/5. 80 cents. And 2/3. 67 cents. Now I'm going to read the question. It says, which list shows them from? If you didn't do this step, do not bother just putting an answer tomorrow. I want to see that you wrote these and changed them to decimals. Which one of these is worth the smallest amount of money? 30 cents. So Dylan, 0.3. Okay, so this one's out and this one's out. Okay, which one would be the next least? Sarah. So 53%. Both of those are good. Okay, then which one would be the next least? Elise, 67 cents. So 2/3 had to come next, which was B. I should have everybody paying attention. Okay, turn the page. Oh, sorry. Scroll down. Okay, the area of a piece of land is this number. Then it asks, how is this number written in? Okay, so what mode do I need to be in? What mode do I not need to be in? Float. So everybody go to mode, get out of float 2, and go just to float. And I'm going to go to SCI. Do I put in commas? No. So I'm just going to type in 4951.
But you do put in decimals.
You absolutely put in decimals. 0, 0, 0. Do not put in commas. So my answer is 4.951. I'm going to write that down. 4.951. What would I write instead of the E? Times 10 with an exponent of positive 6. Be careful, because this one has a negative exponent. So the answer was F. Okay, number 7. Again, they want you to change this number to what? So can I leave my calculator in SCI? Okay, do I have to put the decimal in? Yes. So I'm going to type in 0.001429. And my answer is 1.429 times 10 to the negative 3. So my answer was C. Can I move on? Yes or no? Number 8. The distance from Earth to Mars is this. How would this be expressed in? Hello? What does standard mean? Normal. So I go back to mode, normal. Will this always work? No. 2.2794382 times 10 to the 8th. Did it work? Yeah. So my answer is 227. I'm going to write it down. 227943820. If you want commas in it, you start at the back and count 3 numbers. 1, 2, 3, then a comma. Always start at the back. If you start at the front, it won't work. 1, 2, 3, comma. So what's my answer? A. What if it didn't work? Then you take the exponent, and that tells you what? Move the decimal places. How many times would I move it? To the right, because it was positive. So, but it worked. Okay. Check all the true statements. Okay, let's look at our chart. All numbers are, they are either or, but they can never be both at the same time. If they're rational, they might have a, what comes first? Integer, and if they're an integer, they might be, all right, so here we go. All numbers are real. Yes. In 8th grade math, all numbers are real. All real numbers are irrational. No, they can be rational or irrational, so no. All integers are whole. All integers are not whole. Okay? All whole numbers are integers. Yes, because whole numbers are a subcategory of integers. So every number here is also an integer. So yes. All irrational numbers are real. Yes, they are. All rational numbers are irrational. No, they can never be both at the same time. So those are the 3 boxes you should have checked. Check your work. Everybody good? Last question. What is the mean absolute deviation? How many steps are there? 3. Here we go. Step 1. Find the, that means add up the numbers and then divide them by how many are there. The first thing I'm going to do is make sure I'm not in rounding or SCI, which I'm not, so I'm okay. So I'm going to do 100. Guys, everybody should be doing this with me. Plus 96, plus 75, plus 55, plus 88, plus 93. Is that the average? No, I have to also divide by how many numbers are there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. 84.5. Now stop. Do you see that answer?
Yes.
Should you pick it? No, that is step 1. You go mark that out so fast so that you don't accidentally pick it. That right there tells you it is for sure not that answer, because that's only step 1. Okay? Step 2, subtract to make a new list of numbers. How many numbers did we start with? 6. So we're going to have 6 new numbers. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, here we go. 84.5 minus 100. Do I write the negative?
No.
15 just write the positive, 15.5, and mark off that you did it. 84.5 minus 96, 11.5. 84.5 minus 75, 9.5. 84.5 minus 55 is 29.5. 84.5 minus 88 is 3.5. And 84.5 minus 93 is 8.5. What is step 3? Average your new list. So add, then divide. So here we go. 15.5 plus 11.5 plus 9.5 plus 29.5 plus 3.5 plus 8.5. 78. Everybody stop and look. Is that an answer choice? Do I pick it? No, I still have, it's add then divide. I still have to divide by 6 because there's 6 numbers, which is 13. Did they try to trick you by putting the answers along the way? They want to know that you know there's 3 steps, not just 1 or 2 steps. Everybody good? Your test is tomorrow. It is going to look a whole lot like this review. So if you did this review with no problems, you're good to go. If you had problems, then you've got some work to do this evening by looking through your notes. Everybody good? Hit submit. And then you're going to turn in the hard copy of your answer document.